Eat your bone. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Brooke with the Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. It's day 7 and I have some good news. I have some really big time activity going on, but tonight we also have a special guest, and y'all heard me talk earlier in the week about my resident sourdough expert, and it's my oldest sweet daughter Tannar, and she's here with us tonight. Everybody give her a big hand. So Tannar, how long have you been doing sourdough?
I don't even know.
Since 2020?
Thereabout. I think I started in 20.
Yeah.
But, it's been off and on.
Yeah, and she's like giving me starter, and I thought I killed it, and she told me that I didn't kill it, and
4 times I gave you starter.
4 times. But I finally just said, I don't have time for this, and it was really that I just didn't have the attention span and the patience, and I'm older and I'm wiser, and so she's helped me a lot, and a lot of the information that I have passed on to you guys has come from her. And she's here with us tonight to discard and feed and give y'all a great tip, because I realized today that we're mixing in some pretty big jars and you may not be. So she's got a fantastic tip. So let's take a look at Willie and Waylon. And Willie's got a lot going on. I'm waiting on my pun from Big D, but I hope you can see how active Willie is. So this is a good sign right here. He smells hungry, so he smells a little alcohol-y, but it's not unpleasant. Waylon has a few bubbles. I can see a lot of dimpling under the surface. So he's getting there too, but he really looks like he's running a little behind Willie. So we're gonna discard first, and let me see. Yeah, I don't have any hooch on Willie. So let me pour about half of him out. And he's a lot stretchier than normal. And Tannerbug is getting my water started for me. All right, let's get rid of a little bit more of Willie. All right, and then Waylon, no hooch either, which is good. And he doesn't smell as fermented as Willie, but he doesn't smell bad. So we're gonna pour about half of him out as well too. Let me get a little bit more. And y'all, if you're doing this with me, don't forget, we love, love, love to see pictures of your sourdough starter. I've had quite a few people to either drop theirs in the comments, and I've had several who have sent me theirs via direct message. So feel free to let us know in the comments, and you can send a picture too, but Big D's monitoring comments, and you can let us know how you're doing, if you're on the same day, what have you. Okay, so this goes in the trash. We've talked a lot about this discard is not fit to reuse right now. Tannar made a good point tonight. It can actually make you kind of sick. So until we get fully fermented and past that 10 to 14 day mark after we've already fully fermented is only when you can use that discard. All right, so here comes Tannar with her tip. She's got our, everybody say it with me, our tepid water.
Okay, so the easiest thing, so a lot of baking that I do is like on the higher bulk end, so I do a lot of bake sales and stuff. So I was keeping about a gallon of starter at one time. So the easiest thing for me personally is to go ahead and mix the water into the starter first before I add the flour, because a lot of times I was finding that I was having clumps of flour in there and not able to get down in there and mix really well. So that's just what
right. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And when she was talking about this, I was thinking, you know, that's a good point, because a lot of people are doing this in a relatively small jar. So that helps ensure that, you know, you get the bottom good and wet. with a small jar so that you have less likelihood of those dry spots in there. All right, so let's add our flour now. And again, we don't measure this, we just want to put back in about what we took out. Now, I'm gonna blow everybody's mind. I'm gonna add just a little bit more to each one tonight. And you can do this too, okay? I had somebody who's on the same day as we are. Now, her conditions may be a lot different than ours, but she said that she fed hers just a little bit more the day before, and hers came right up. All right, so let me check the consistency here. And see, I don't have any dry spots. I didn't have to mix that nearly as much. Good, gloppy, stringy, sticky, but not drippy. All right, now let's mix up Waylon. All right, let's see what he looks like. He may be just a little wet, so this is how we recover from too much water. We put just a little more flour in there. And this is why I didn't want to give measurements or weights or anything like that, because sometimes it might call for something different than it did even the night before. So it's best to learn that texture, that feel, and the look of things. So that's why we do what we do. All right, so I'm going to put the lids back on Willie and Waylon. They have been successfully fed, and I anticipate great things from Willie tomorrow. Hopefully from Waylon too, but from Willie for sure, because Willie showed really good signs of movement today. Now let me just clean up just a little bit. Okay, so I am about to put my first pan of cinnamon rolls in the oven, and here when we get done, and I made a cheese and herb loaf last night. And sorry about this, Danny, I forgot about this. So, so this is what she ended up looking like. And she's very pretty. See how that cheese came out? She's good and hard on the top and the bottom, and got a really good crumb, and smells absolutely wonderful. Because I only bulk fermented her for about 10 hours, she's not real strong sourdough tasting, which we're okay with that. So that's my first, what do you call it, a boule?
I just say boule.
Boule, okay. I'm not sure. It's B-O-U-L-E. However you want to pronounce it. But that's our first boule bread, or boule, however you say it. I'm sure maybe somebody on here can put an A at the end of boule and let me know if I'm saying it right, or if the E is silent. So, Tannar, we talked about this, and you've been doing this for a long time. So, like, why do you like doing sourdough so good?
To hide in the kitchen?
That's not the right
But
answer.
not really. No, it's just, so I was telling you earlier, you know, I really prefer baking. Like, if it came down to cooking a loaf of bread or supper, I would rather bake a loaf of bread because it takes time to slow down. Okay.
Obviously.
It's a slower process, and that's something that going into sourdough a lot of people don't realize. Is even though like the health benefits and stuff are great, it does take a lot of time. You have to slow down, and that I think is the most enjoyable part, is slowing down and appreciating the process, because it is very therapeutic.
It is, and you know, I've done a lot of breads that are not sourdough breads before on the site, like my flatbread recipe, and you know, you do have to knead it a little bit, and I always, like, if you've got a stand mixer that has a dough hook, that's fabulous, but I love the act of physically kneading dough with my hands. It's very therapeutic, it's calming, and if you've never done it before, I mean, you should try, right? So,
Yes.
and you've made lots of things other than just bread with your sourdough.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What's a few of the things?
So there's so many discard recipes. You can make pizza dough with nothing but your sourdough starter, along with pancakes, waffles. Those are really great, especially in the mornings with him. All I have to do is take some of that discard, sweeten it, and put it in the waffle iron. Brownies, gosh, biscuits. I'm drawing a blank at this point.
Yeah.
But there's the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
If it's got flour and a liquid in it, you can just about always guarantee there's a way to put sourdough in it.
That's right. That's right. And you don't have to use baker's yeast. You can, with the sourdough starter or the discard does everything that you need it to do as far as leavening the bread.
Yes.
And adding nutrients and flavor and a healthy source of gluten. So we talked about this, I think, on night 4. That, you know, a lot of gluten sensitivities come from things with gluten in them that are derived from baker's yeast, which can be sort of manufactured. And the leavening agent that the sourdough provides is a great natural substitute for that. So while it does have gluten, it is easier to digest. It's also a prebiotic, which means it's good for your gut biome and helps you digest everything you eat after eating that too. And Whit would make an appearance, but he is potty training. And what do we call this? Commando potty training?
Yes, this is commando potty training. We're on day 3 of the oh crap potty training method.
So Tanner might be just a little crunchy. And I don't know where she gets that from. But so he's basically nude, potty training in the nude. And so he will not be making an appearance tonight because he's just kind of waltzing around in here in the messy kitchen, only half clothed, so watching a show on his mama's phone. But soon, once we get through, what is it, 9 days?
It's up to him.
Yeah, but he's done really well. So if you have a grandchild or a child in your life who's about to embark on the potty training endeavor, this is based on some of the almanac's best days, right?
So the book, the Oh Crap book is not, but I wanted to make sure that we had success before baby sister comes. Mm-hmm. So we went based off of the almanac.
That's right. That's right. And what is baby sister's name?
Lila Brooke.
I promise I'm not going to cry. Anyway, she will be here in a little over 2 months, and we're very excited for her to make her appearance. We're not sure if Whit's excited yet.
He doesn't care.
But at this point, he doesn't care. But he'll probably be glad to get her to come because he'll get to spend lots of time with us and with his other grandparents when she gets here. So, y'all, let me know in the comments how your starter is doing, and tell me her name or his name. I guess they can be boys since I have Willie and Waylon. And tomorrow is day 8. We're going to be live at 6 tomorrow night instead of 7 because I have some prior commitments tomorrow evening at feeding time. So we're going to be feeding about an hour early, but I anticipate great things tomorrow, and it'll probably be just fine. If you haven't already, make sure that you head over to thebutteredhome.com when we get done and sign up for our VIP email list so that you can get our recipes before anybody else. Our VIP members get first news on everything we're doing. All of our new recipes and new videos, they get them first. And y'all, I appreciate y'all so much, and this has been so much fun. I'm happy, but I'm also kind of sad that we may be at the end. And if you're not at the end whenever my 2 fully ferment, don't sweat it. By now, after 7 days, you know what to do. You just need to continue to do what we've been doing until you're fully fermented, and we'll show you lots about that whenever ours reach it. So we will see y'all. Same messy kitchen location, but at a different time tomorrow night at 6 p.m. As always, Big D and Tanner and Whit, thank you for watching. And we all love you guys, from my home here, the Buttered Home, to your home. Love y'all. Bye.